My name's Kevin Vogel. I'm the Vice President of Virtualization and Cloud Computing for Champion Solutions Group. I also have Steve Looper on the phone with Microsoft, who's going to be helping go over some of your questions and answering some of the things about the new wave of products coming out from Microsoft. Good afternoon, Steve.
Good afternoon, Kevin.
Okay, so let's get right into this and start talking about the new products that's coming out in this new wave for Office 365. Now, I know some of you are already part of the 365 family, and you're already participating in the cloud and taking advantage of all the benefits, but I know there are a lot of people out there who haven't participated yet in this and are trying to get some information. So we're going to go over what the new Office 365 is going to look like, what products are available, and so on. We're actually going to do a live demo. Champion here, we're an Office 365 customer besides also talking and selling it and implementing it and migrating people to it. So I can actually show you a live environment of Office 365, the brand new one running Exchange 2013, running SharePoint 2013, and so on. And then we're going to talk about the trusted service that Microsoft gives you, not only just the reliability, but more importantly, the privacy that you get out of this cloud solution as compared to other solutions that are out there, and the security that's wrapped around the whole Office 365 environment. Then we're going to talk about some of the IT controls you have, things like identity, whether you can run in a hybrid situation, which means both on-premise and in the cloud simultaneously, and then the unbelievable support that you get for this environment directly from Microsoft, and then finding out which Office 365 product is right for your organization. So we're going to cover all these topics. You can ask questions as we go in the little chat bar on the left-hand side of your screen, and we'll try to answer them as we go, but we'll make sure that we do get to them at the end of the session when we do have a question and answer session. So let's get right into the presentation here. All right, so let's talk about what Microsoft is doing. Number one is you can use all types of devices, whether you have some of the brand new tablets, the great like Windows 8 tablets that are out, the Surface, even the RT as well as the Pro version. If you're an Android user, if you're a Mac user, you can get all of these features, Mail, SharePoint, on all of your devices from your cell phone all the way up to your laptop, your PC, your tablets. And the beauty of this is, like I said, you can have all of these products on-premise, like you're used to running them for years and years. You can now have them in a brand new environment in the cloud, or like some of our customers do, they run it in a hybrid situation where maybe their local users from a corporate office are on a local Exchange environment, and the people that work remotely or in other countries can be in a cloud environment and still have that synchronization between the cloud and premise. And we're not just talking about Exchange. We're talking about voice and video. We're talking about collaboration. We're talking about data analytics, all in this best-of-breed solutions from Microsoft. These are tried and true. They're not, shrunk down for the cloud. You get the full environment from Microsoft. So when we're talking about devices, like I said, whether it's Windows 8 application, whether it's support for like your Windows phone or Android phones or iPhones or any of the phones that are out there or any of the tablets that are out there, you will get the full experience no matter what you want to use, whether it's a touchpad, whether it's like I said, a pen or a mouse. You'll be able to get all the look and feel that you want. In the cloud, you can get roaming on demand to keep you up to date, so all of your applications, if you change it on one device, it will actually make those changes on your other devices. You get new cloud application environments for those of you that haven't taken advantage of SkyDrive. Now there's brand new SkyDrive, which we're going to be talking about, that's an enterprise version, secure for your documentation to be able to share across not just your environment, but anyone that you collaborate with. and then enterprise class reliability and standards. Social media is a big part now of, obviously, all the products that are coming out. So you can get HD video. You also get Skype Federation, which is a brand new feature. And I know that Microsoft's using this feature internally, aren't they, Steve?
Yep, we're going to see the ability to use Lync from within an enterprise to be able to talk to Skype user, spouse, child, whatnot at home. So if they're using Skype and you're using Lync, you'll be able to federate that and talk between the two.
So this is a big enhancement from the last version to this version, and it's taking that next step into social media. And then a big part of this is our data retention. You're going to see that this is a big part of the new releases coming out from Microsoft in the new Office 365. You're also going to be able to deploy Office applications, and you'll see how this now really starts to blend in and allow you to now choose the different ways that you can purchase your licenses from Microsoft. And one of the things that Champion is really excellent in doing is helping customers figure out what the best licensing scheme is for that individual company. We know that everyone's a little bit different. Some people are large, some people are small, and whether you have an EA or whether you're buying from open licenses, and now you have the ability to use subscription to be able to buy your Office applications, like your Office 2013 Professional, and buy it on a subscription basis, and you'll see down the road what we're talking about and how we can actually save you a bunch of money. For those of you that are on Office 365 today, this is the environment that you're running on today. You have Exchange 2010, you have SharePoint 2010, and you have Lync 2010, all running up in the cloud, all collaborating together. When this new one gets released, which is any day, I think, in fact, they're already starting to migrate people onto it as I speak, you're going to be able to get Office 365 Pro Plus, and we'll explain to you exactly what you get in the Pro Plus. But now for those companies that need Project, and this is something that our customers here at Champion, we've migrated well over 250,000 people into the Microsoft Cloud. This is something that they've been asking for, to be able to now put Project in the cloud, be able to have people collaborate all up in the Microsoft Cloud, 7x24 by 365, and then Visio Pro for Office 365 is going to be another available option that you're getting out there in the new version of Office 365. Anything you want to add around that, Steve?
No, I think you got it.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, and you're going to see that, number one, you're going to get familiar and full Office applications available offline. So what I mean by that, you're going to get that familiar interface that you're used to with all of the Microsoft products, and you're going to be able to run them offline as well as when you're connected to the cloud. So, for instance, if you're using Outlook and you're connecting to your Exchange server and you go on an airplane or you're disconnected, you'll still be able to function. You'll still be able to read your email, reply to your email. Then once you connect, obviously, then that will send all of the emails that you created, and you'll start getting the new emails once you start to connect. You'll have some advanced IT controls and configurations, which I'll show you in a demo that we're going to do a little bit later. So you're going to get the full function of Exchange, SharePoint, and Lync, and not have all the background headaches of having to maintain all the servers, maintain all the storage, doing all your backups, but still have full control. You'll have the optimized experience from common devices. So whether you're running it on your phone or a tablet or your laptop, you'll still get that same look and feel. You'll get the reliability, and this is something that Microsoft really stresses. You'll get 99.9% SLA of these really important applications that run in your environment. You get continuous innovation, and I think you're going to see that with the Microsoft products, and I actually have a timeline I'm going to show you, that you're always going to be able to get the latest and greatest applications without having to go through the upgrade yourself. You'll be able to do it easily in a short period of time, and you're dealing with a trusted provider when you're dealing with Microsoft. So those are really some of the important things. Here are some of the features. I know this is an eye chart, and we're going to have all of these slides available to you. At the end, I'll actually show you where you can go to be able to download these slides if you want to share them with other people. We'll also have a replay of this running on that same website, so if you want to share it with some of your other people at work that didn't have an opportunity to get on here. But as you can see, you're going to get Office Professional Plus, and this is the full Office Professional installed locally, but also give you the ability to run the new Office web apps in your SharePoint environment for those people that just need a quick browser session to open up a Word document, maybe an Excel spreadsheet or a PowerPoint like I'm running here today, and not have to even install anything locally on their PC or their tablet or their iPad. It gives them the ability to run those applications no matter where they are. Anything you want to add in there, Steve? Sorry,
nope, still right. Yeah, you're still right on track there.
Okay, not a problem. And you're going to see that this is a pay-as-you-go model. It's not, that you have to go out and buy a $500 application. You can pay as you go, use this per user licensing, and it's the perfect way to give your people what they need without overpaying for it. And that's where, like I said, Champion has a lot of expertise to help you figure out whether you need to purchase the application from Microsoft as an open license or in an enterprise agreement, or whether this subscription model is a better way to go. Obviously, SharePoint Online, this is one of our key applications that we run here at Champion. It keeps your teams in sync. It allows them to now share and actually collaborate together. And as you can see, you get 10 gigs per every one of your, for instance, the company gets 10 gigs. Every user that you add 500 megs per user. So that's how you can actually grow the storage on this. Exchange is probably the cornerstone of Office 365. It's the application that people are in most often, and it's the one that they always start with. And as you can see, this isn't a trimmed down version. We're talking about a 25 gig mailbox. We're talking about the ability to run it with Outlook or with the web app, which you're going to see the web app is fully functional. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are going that way. And if you've migrated to Windows 8, you can use the mail program that's built right into Windows 8 to actually access all of your mail and not have to run Outlook if you don't want to. I'll actually show that to you also. And you can see that you can get all of your mobile devices, your BlackBerries, your iPhones, your Nokias, your Windows phones, whatever you have, you'll be able to use Active Sync and be able to get all your email through there. Lync Online, we're doing this whole meeting through Lync Online. We've had a couple hundred people on a single Lync meeting doing just what we're doing right now. And the beauty of it is, as Champion, I don't have to buy a lot of bandwidth to be able to have you guys all access my PowerPoint presentation. I'm using Microsoft's bandwidth up in the cloud, and they have more bandwidth than I do, I can tell you that much. And when I asked them how much, they said, it's a lot. We can't tell you exactly, but it's more than anybody else has. These two new things down here, Visio Pro and Project, these are two new functions that, like I said, our customers have been asking for. So you can do quick start projects, you can strengthen everyday collaboration, you can prioritize projects, all with Project. For those of you that haven't used this great application, we use it here in our professional services to keep track of how projects are going, where they're actually, if they're following a timeline, if they hit those major points. And then Visio Pro, obviously, for those of you that are in the technology field, this is a necessary tool that we all use every day. So let's talk about Pro Plus, which is, like I said, one of the new features out there. This is the beauty of Pro Plus and running Office 2013, in the previous versions of Office, you could never have two versions on the same PC at the same time. If you wanted to upgrade from Office 2003 to Office 2007, you had to uninstall 2003. When you wanted to go to 2010, you had to remove 2007. Now with 2013, we have people that now have older installs, like 7 or 10, and now running 13 side by side. This has taken away a lot of those. I don't know if you all remember when we did migrate to 7, and you would create documents with the .x extension on it, and no one in 2003 could open it. This way, this will never happen again. Steve, you want to add anything to that? Because I know that this is a big part of it, right?
Yeah, I think that with Pro Plus, what you're talking about is truly a key feature. A lot of customers, it looks like Ben's asking a question that I'm ready to answer. A lot of customers have applications that they run inside of Word or inside of Excel, and frequently delay deploying new versions of Office so that they can make sure that the applications that they run inside of Word or inside of Excel are compatible. So Ben, documents are generally compatible with a new version, but that doesn't mean that an application that's homegrown or that you may have bought from a third party has been tested yet to be compatible with the new version. So with this side-by-side install allows you to take advantage of the new capabilities in 2013 or Pro Plus at the same time that you're doing your application testing and allowing users to continue to run the 2007 or 2010 versions until that testing's done. So we allow that.
Aren't there macros? I know that a lot of my customers, macros inside Excel sometimes don't transfer perfectly. So sometimes they need to run them in 7 or they need to run them in 10 for them to actually work.
Yep, absolutely, until you're able to bring them up to the current, to function or to be tested with and then subsequently function with the new version of Office. So, yep, absolutely. That's a great point.
And I know I got a question here from Hitchcock, Fleming & Associates. Will Visio and Project be available for the Mac through this package? You want to answer that for him, Steve?
Yeah, you know what? I think that the answer is no. I need to go double check that to be sure, but I think that it's the core products that are available for the Mac. But I will see if I can dig up an answer while we're talking, and if not, you can certainly. I'll follow up with Kevin, and Kevin you can circle back to Champion and get that answer for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't know that answer. That's why I wanted Steve to do it. I know that the Office products, the Word, the Excel, and like you said, the core products are absolutely available for Mac. And I really didn't know the answer, so it was a great question from Hitchcock and Fleming. That's why I wanted to bring it up. But you'll see down here that you also get the ability to install the Pro Plus on 5 different devices for that same user. And it is a per user, so it's not like you can have one account and have 5 different people install it on 5 different users. When you log into Office 365 for all of your applications, that will also verify that user for Office. But if he has a PC at home, if he's got a tablet, and so on, he'll be able to use these applications across 5 different devices that he uses. You'll also be able to personalize your settings and then roam between devices. And this is really an important feature if you're using multiple devices. If you're changing your defaults on one device, it will actually move those defaults to the other devices. You want to talk about that a little, Steve?
Yeah, so we talk about, and the word we use is roaming, right? So this would be things like custom dictionaries. Well, I'll tell you even another great example is I don't know if anybody uses the recent document list. So if you open up Word and you're signed in to Office 365 and then edit a document, close it, go to some other machine, maybe you went from work back to home, open up Word, signed in as yourself again, and that recent file list will show up there. So any custom dictionaries you have will roam from PC to PC. Your recent files will be recognized, and if you're storing your documents in the cloud, it'll even recognize where you left off in a document when you open that document back up, and it'll ask if you want to pick up where you left off.
And I think that's one of the beauties for those of you that haven't tried Office 2013 yet. When you go File, Save As, one of the options is actually save it to the cloud. It becomes, instead of just save it to My Documents or save it to a file share or wherever you save your documents to, one of the options now is the ability to save it up into the SkyDrive. And this gives you the ability to access those documents no matter what device you're on. So I think that's an important feature that Steve just pointed out. Obviously, automated software distribution support is included in there. So as new versions come out, you'll be able to now distribute them through the Pro Plus. You get managed background updates, so it will update these applications, all the security patches, everything in the background, and you'll still be able to use group policies and things that you're used to using to be able to now enable these products for your individual workspace. So really a great way to do this. So let's talk about the support that you're going to get with Office 365. Number one, you get 7x24 telephone support. And this isn't outsourced or anything. These are Microsoft people. You get in-product service requests. So you can actually go in here and click on Virtual Support Agent. It will bring up a pop-up box, and you'll be able to go in here and chat with a service representative. They'll actually give you tips and hints and everything else that you need to be able to do this. If you want to go further along, you can actually open up a service request right from this same portal. Say it's not something that you could fix, it's something that's happening in the background. This can all be done real simple and easy. You go in here and you just fill out a simple workflow, technical support. I need it for SharePoint 2013, describe the problem, how important it is, what operating system is accessing it, and boom, these guys will get right on it. Or you can actually call technical support. So all of this is right in one single interface that you'll be able to access, and in fact I'll show you as part of the demo here. In fact, while I do that, Steve, you want to add anything to that? I'll just bring up my monitor.
Yeah, I think it'll be great for you to show it. There's some great questions coming in about a couple questions actually about the web apps, and Kevin, I imagine you're probably going to show it, but people will be amazed at the richness of the capabilities in the web apps, and I think you'll find that it's hard to tell if you're actually using Word or if you're using Word web app. They're very robust in what they can do. They're browser agnostic, so if you happen to be on a device using Chrome or Safari or something like that, it'll work just as well as it will in Internet Explorer. So really good experience there. And it looks like you're going into SkyDrive Pro there. That's great.
Well, I figure that's probably the easiest way to show them. And I just opened up a presentation here in SkyDrive Pro, which already has, you can see that this is the PowerPoint web app. You're going to see that I'm running here. And it is so full function. You can do a slideshow from here. You can actually edit the presentation from here. It's just loading. I guess I should have picked a kind of a smaller one. But you can see that this is not what I was just doing. This is the full-blown web application running a PowerPoint. You can see PPTX, and I can go in here and edit this. If I want, I can edit it in PowerPoint. If it's already installed, it will know that you have PowerPoint on the machine and will actually transfer you back to that application. Or you can edit it right here from the web app. So I can go in here and you're going to see the full ribbon just like you will inside a standard application. Like I said, this is just a pretty big one here, and probably my fault. I should have picked something smaller because it actually loads the whole file up into this web app. But you'll be able to go in here and insert. You can see I can do transitions, I can do animation. I'll be able to go in and even change the design that's on here, add a new background, add any of those type of things. Very, very simply. I mean, does this look like the full-blown PowerPoint application? And you can say absolutely it is. And I can go into any of these slides, make a change, be able to add a new slide, change the layout, you name it. You want me to insert any of these symbols like you do, all of it's here. I mean, it's a full-blown application. Now, I will tell you that Excel, I showed this to our CFO, and I started using the Excel web app a year ago. And for me, it's perfect. It does everything I needed to do. It does formulas. I showed it to my CFO, and he goes, well, wait a second. I do all these advanced macros, and it's not for that. I will tell you, he even said I couldn't use it because I do a lot of advanced things, but for 95% of our users, these run perfectly. Am I right, Steve? I mean, maybe you want to add a little bit to that.
Yeah, I don't want to mislead anybody and say that it's a complete replacement for the desktop app. There are things that the desktop apps still do that the web apps don't do. For the most part, these are considered consumption apps, or I'm sorry, not consumption, companion apps. There are things that you may find you need to do in PowerPoint in terms of advanced transitions or animations or that kind of thing that will render fine in the web app, but that you can't really change or edit without using the desktop version of PowerPoint. But it is truly thought of as a companion, and as you saw Kevin show, you can see the slide sorter and you can make changes, and you can do real-time editing with another person in PowerPoint, so somebody can make a change. You can do inline comments. So it's really, really robust. I don't want anybody to get the idea that you can do absolutely everything in the web app that you can do in the desktop app. There are some capabilities that are still only in the desktop apps.
Right. But, if you need to make a quick change, you need to add something, you want to view a document, it's absolutely perfect and it works.
Absolutely. Change some values in Excel and in various cells in Excel, easy to do, yeah.
So I just wanted to show you, and I have the Outlook app running right here. This is Outlook, full-blown, 2013 Outlook running on my desktop, as you can see. If I go back here, this is Outlook running in the web app. I mean, it's that close. So you can see folders, you'll be able to see everything, except you won't be able to do some of the advanced things in Outlook, like, so for instance, my archive. And if I have shared folders, the new public folders that are back in 2013, I'll be able to do them in Outlook. I won't be able to do them in the web app. But, if you're going in there to answer email, to create email, you can see that, like I said, this is my full-blown, this is the new web app. I want to create new mail. You can see it's really, really close. I have a lot of customers that use this instead of Outlook. I really do. It's something that they can use very easily. You can go in here and see your calendar. Just like if I went back to Outlook here and went to my calendar, you'll see it's not that much different between the two. Very simple, very easy. PowerPoint is right here under my sites. So you can see that I have a team site up here. I have a public site. So what I mean by team site, this is an internal site here that you can use for collaboration amongst your people in your company. So you can go in here and have sales, human resources, IT, operations, account teams, and all those things that you want to share with your employees. This way, it's not something that's customer facing. So if you want to go in here to human resources, go into your benefit packages, they're right here, real simple, real easy to use. And in fact, we actually have a program called SharePoint Simple where we have all these templates already ready to go for you to be able to deploy a human resource, to be able to deploy a template for IT or operations. Anything you want to add there, Steve?
Nope, I think you did a good job covering that.
All right, and then if you want a customer-facing one, now with 2013, you can actually have a public site running in SharePoint that's totally different look and feel for your end users. You want to go in there and say, you want to know a little bit about us? Here's, some information on the company. You want to know how to get to our location? Here's a map and so on. All these things are in there, real simple, very easy to use, very easy to deploy, and that's really the key of doing it in the cloud. So I wanted to just bring that up. Anything there, Steve? I'm going to get back to the presentation here so that we're in where we left off.
Yep, I think that's a good idea.
All right. Now, how do you figure out which one of these is best for you, right? Because there are a few different versions of this, and one of the things that Champion really does well for customers is figure out which one of these packages is best for your company and really is best for even just a group of users. You don't have to buy, for instance, you can see that, you can get email and calendaring all the way through. Now, K1 and K2 mean kiosk, and these are, for instance, you can't use Outlook. You have to use the web now the web app, right? You only get a 1 gig mailbox. These are we do a lot of these for companies that have, for instance, manufacturing, where people work out on the manufacturing plant floor, or that have truck drivers, or people that aren't on email, 8 hours a day and have their own desk, right? These are usually for users that share an environment. They want to go in and they need to get to their email. They need to get the updates from the company and so on. And that's what the kiosk users are for. You can see that once you get into the E for enterprise, G for government, A for academic, you can see that you have G1, 2, 3, and 4. And depending upon which package you have, you can see all different types of features in there. So in E1, you get a 25 gig mailbox. You do get full IM and presence in Lync. You can use the web app, but it's only for view only, so you'll be able to go in and not create documents, but you'll be able to go in and open up Excel spreadsheets and PowerPoint presentations and so on, and you'll get SkyDrive Pro with all the social. If you move to E2, you get things that the upgrade there is the ability to edit and create inside your web apps. As you move up the stack, and you don't have to buy every user in your organization the same package. You can pick and choose what's best for them. Am I right, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely. You can mix and match. Basically, you can mix and match the E plans and the K plans. So you can't say I'm an academic institution for some of my users and an enterprise for some of my users. So within A and within G you can mix, and then you can mix and match the E's and K's pretty much any way you need to. So just the best example is like the E3 plan. If you have users in your back office who need to have a desktop version of Office installed, those users can all get E3 subscriptions. And then if you're a manufacturing company or a retail company and you have users who primarily need email access but don't really need to create or significantly consume documents, then you can get them K plan SKUs, and you can mix and match that within your company so that you have the most cost-effective solution to meet the needs of your users.
And that's where Champion can help you figure out which plan is best for which groups of users. One of the key things with Microsoft is no matter where you're located, they have data centers throughout the world. In fact, they have 5 here in the United States. They're all geo-redundant data centers. So what do I mean by that? Well, we're a Florida-based company here at Champion. Disaster recovery is always something that's on our mind. We used to be the hurricane capital of the world until New York, took that over last year, but maybe we'll get it back as future. But we were always worried about what would happen if, a hurricane, and we always had to replicate data and everything else. Well, we don't do that anymore. Microsoft actually does that for us. So they have all geo-redundant data centers. They have locations, like I said, in America, Europe, over in Asia. Again, 99.9% uptime, service level agreement, secure infrastructure, and I do mean everything from the facility all the way back to your data, and it is your data, and they're all built from the ground up, and they're all managed by Microsoft, and that's really one of the key features here. Like I told you, this is another great thing about being in the cloud. As Microsoft comes out with new technology, with new features, as you can see, if you started with the Microsoft offerings in the cloud back when they were called BPOS, which was the Business Productivity Online Suite. Then they moved over to Office 365 and ran the 2010 products. Now they're in another big upgrade, and now they're in the 2013. And you can see that you can get all these upgrades without having to go in, change your licensing agreement, install new hardware. You can get this just as Microsoft releases them to their existing customers. And it's a smooth and easy transition once your data is already up in the cloud.
Yeah, so you scared me there, Kevin. You said BPOS. If anybody who's listening today had an experience going from BPOS to Office 365, we recognize that that transition was not an easy one. And to Kevin's point, we have learned from that. And so anybody who's either experienced it or heard from somebody else that it wasn't a good experience going from one version to another, that's completely different now. So if you've been on Office 365 since we launched not quite 2 years ago, and what Kevin's showing you and talking about today is the latest and greatest that just became available last month, that'll be a really seamless and painless transition, and we're doing tens of thousands of customers every month. We're upgrading them, and it's transparent. Well, it's seamless, but then they get the new experience and the new capabilities.
Perfect answer, Steve. Obviously, security is probably the biggest question I get when people haven't been in the cloud before. And the one thing I can tell you is your privacy does matter, and it matters to Microsoft. They make sure that that, it's not just them. They have third-party people out there verifying their industry standards that they have, and these are world-class. These are not, just enough to get by. These are independently verified. They are relentless on security. I mean, you'd be absolutely shocked at what they go through to make sure that your data resides on your disk. It's not it's not mixed in with everybody else's, and it's your data. Who can access it? You have all of that information. And Steve, this is an important point. You want to add anything?
Yeah, I want to be careful though. On the privacy thing, you talked about your privacy matters. Some of the people in the market get grief for reading your email so that they can optimize and target advertising. And we think that you should check out, we're totally transparent about this. We think you should check out our Trust Center. It's trust.office365.com, and you can read all about our privacy and how much we respect it. We are not going to read your email. We're not going to go through. We're not going to do anything unless you specifically ask us to for a support reason. And the last thing I'll say about it is it's your data. We've heard some customers say, they want to get off of some other provider and they won't give them their data back. We will, right? We'll give you your data back. As soon as you say this isn't for me, we're happy to give you your data back. And by the way, if you sign up for Office 365 and change your mind, my guess is you may go back to an on-premises Exchange implementation. Really easy to go from Office 365 to an on-premises Exchange. So we've been doing enterprise for a long time. We get that. Please check out trust.office365.com and see these pillars that Kevin's talking about.
All right, and I wanted to make sure that everyone understands, no matter what size company you're with, I don't care if you're a very small company, 1 to 10 users, whether you're a mid-sized company, a couple hundred users, or whether you're a large enterprise, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of users, Office 365 can meet your needs and give you a great experience for all of your messaging and collaboration needs, along with now the application side, which is, pretty new here. The other thing that I wanted to bring up that's absolutely essential is the Windows Intune. And we're seeing more and more of our customers looking at a way now to manage these desktops. Now you can have not only your applications running up in the cloud, but with with Windows Intune, number one, for those of you that haven't gone to Windows 7 or Windows 8, this actually includes a subscription license for Windows 7 or Windows 8, so that now you can upgrade your Windows XP into Windows 7 or all the way up to Windows 8 and actually have this on a monthly basis, a subscription basis, just like your applications. Now you can get applications and user device management through Intune. So if you're using an MDM from someone else and paying a monthly fee, you can actually combine this all in a single interface that can do things like remote control, software distribution, and a whole bunch of other things that we can talk to you about here at Champion and show you a much easier way to manage all of your endpoints through a great cloud-based solution. And like I said, you can get upgrade to Windows 7 or 8 Enterprise. You can get a standard single OS through the Intune. You can get all your rights and future upgrades, again, and software assurance and virtualization benefits all through one single product that's up in the cloud, running in the Microsoft Cloud. How can Champion help you, though? What value can Champion add? I know I'm speaking a lot about Microsoft here. Well, number one, like we talked about, we can help you navigate and pick the right subscription. It's a free software assessment to show you, is it better to buy open licenses? Is it better to have an enterprise agreement? Is it better to go to the subscription model? And we've saved customers hundreds of thousands of dollars on Microsoft licensing. Sorry about that, Steve, but that's part of our job, is to help our customers optimize their Microsoft licensing. Probably one of our biggest values is helping you migrate into the cloud. Taking that data that exists on-premise, whether it's in Exchange or it's in other platforms like Lotus Notes or GroupWise or some of these other email or collaboration applications that are out there, we help our customers move them up into the cloud seamlessly and very efficiently. We also help you optimize your Active Directory. You're going to find that Active Directory plays an important role in making sure that we can synchronize the data between your premise and your cloud. And for those smaller companies that don't deploy Active Directory, we have the ability to help you do password sync. We also, like I told you, from a SharePoint standpoint, we have templates out there, and it's called our SharePoint Simple Start program. This actually will help you get up and running on SharePoint quickly with templates. We have SharePoint developers here that can help you develop your site quickly and easily in the cloud, and it's really important that it's very efficient so that your end users actually can get up there and start collaborating. Like I said, we also do a big Exchange migration with our Simple Start, and then we have rich coexistence between on-premise and in the cloud. So we can help you in those areas. We also have an unbelievable tool that we make available to our Office 365 people. It's called 365 Command, and you can go to the website. It's 365command.com. And this is just some of the testimonials from some of the customers we have out there. So statistics proven in the dashboard and various other sections are invaluable to us in managing our Office 365 subscription. These are just some of the comments from our customers out there that just help them use the tools better that Microsoft gives you. And this is just a way for you to take the full advantage of Office 365 and make sure you're getting as much out of it as humanly possible. And we're coming down to time here, so I'm kind of running through these a little quick here. We're going to have some upcoming webinars about migrating to Windows 8 and enhancing your productivity. That's on March 27th. We're also going to be redefining the desktop management with Intune, go in a lot more depth than I did in just a couple of slides here, and really show you the benefits of Intune. We're also going to talk about the top 5 reasons to take backup and DR into the cloud. You're going to find out that this is a real viable solution that a lot of our customers are using. And then on May 22nd, we're going to have Microsoft Office data protection. We're going to really focus in on the data protection side of Office 365. You can register for any of these events on our website, www.championcloudservices.com. And like I said, you can take a look at our Command 365command.com and take a look at the added advantages we can give you there. Also, Microsoft has a great money-back offer right now for their Microsoft Online services that you can use towards further purchases all through the Microsoft Partner Champion. And this will run from March 1st till May 31st for any of the suites that qualify for software licenses. Like I said, if you give us a call here at Champion, we'll be able to run this down. You can also redeem the online within 30 days of purchase. And like I said, you can go to Microsoft's site. It's called microsoftincentives.com/cloudeasy to get all the details on that. The next steps. If you go to that one of our sites, like I told you, www.championcloudservices.com, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial of Office 365 and Intune through our website, or you can contact Champion to upgrade by just dialing 1-800-771-7000, or you can just call your local Champion client rep if you're already a current Champion customer. And like I said, the slides and a video replay of this will be available on our website also. With that, I'm going to...
And as a reminder, it's star and 1 to ask a question. We'll move first to the site of Todd Weatherby with MTD Products. Please go ahead.
Thanks. I just got my question answered. I was asking if you guys were a LAR, but I got that answered. Thank you.
Okay. Well, and just so we'll answer for everyone else, we aren't a LAR, but we work with a LAR. SoftMart is our LAR, and we can help you. Like I said, that one of the things that we do is help people with managing their Microsoft licensing, figuring out where the best licensing comes from. So thanks for the question, though. Oh, here's another one. If someone is already in Office 365 with 2010 Pro, do they automatically get the upgrade? Steve, I'm going to let you answer that for him.
Yeah, if you can, that's probably a good question for Todd too. But yes, if you continue as a subscriber, if you continue your subscription to Office 365 and you have an E3 subscription that entitles you to the desktop Office, you're entitled to Office Pro Plus, right, the 2013 equivalent, as soon as your tenant is upgraded.
And let me ask you a question, Steve. Remember how we talked about the ability to run both versions at the same time, 2010 and 2013. If they're a 2010 Office, let's say that they've already signed up for Office 365 and they have Office 2010 already running, and now they've upgraded to 2013, can they run both of those products simultaneously with the licensing that comes with Office 365?
On the same computer, yes.
Yes,
yeah, so
that's what I meant.
Yeah, absolutely. So if that user, for application compatibility reasons that we talked about before, wants both versions on their machine, absolutely. We'll continue to support them both.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Just figured I'd ask that question.
Sure.
Okay, is there a hybrid solution with archived PST files stored locally, meaning that an archived PST can be accessed locally but will not be part of the 25 gig mailbox size?
Yeah, so Matt, I think that the answer to that is even better than what you suggested. We have unlimited archive, so it's not actually a PST, but it feels like a PST to the user. So you can actually create an archive folder in an Office 365 mailbox, and you could import a PST from your desktop, and it doesn't charge against the 25 gig space. The only catch is that because it's an archive, it doesn't sync to the desktop. So it's unlimited, but it's not like the rest of the mailbox that synchronizes to an OST to your PC. So your archive is available anytime Outlook is connected and online, or if you're in Outlook web app in a browser, you have access to that archive as well. Hopefully that answers your question.
All right, Steve, here's one from Sam. Are there desktop alerts, notifications available in the newest OWA, i.e. Gmail has or Outlook has?
Yeah, so Sam, there are a couple things that I can think of that you might be referring to. One would be like a calendar reminder, and the answer to that is yes. So if you have some kind of reminder pop up for a meeting on your calendar and you're connected or logged in via Outlook web app, it will pop up a reminder in the browser, just like it might in Outlook. The other thing is that when you're in Outlook web app, you have the option to be logged in to show your presence, so as if you were kind of logged in with Lync. And so if somebody IMs you and you're logged into Outlook web app, that alert will pop up in the browser as well, and you can actually communicate with them via IM in another browser window without having to have Lync installed. So hopefully that answers your question, Sam, and if not, you can ask again.
All right. David with a Cisco phone system. Right now he's connected to the Office 365 mailboxes for voicemails. I guess they could forward it right into his email. Will that work with the new version?
Yeah, it sounds like you're using Exchange Unified Messaging, and if it's working with Office 365 today, it'll work with the new Office 365.
Perfect. And Sally, this is Sally again. Should they expect a price increase once upgraded to the new Office 365 Pro Plus?
We have not announced a price increase.
That's what I thought. And then Kevin, last one, how will each of the desktop users get updated from 2010 to 2013? And I think I know there's a download section once you log into the portal, and that you can go right in there just like you did when you installed 2010, and now download and install 2013, and it uses the same login credentials to verify that you're an active user with Office 365 and you're off and running.
Yep, absolutely right. And the only thing I would add to that is, depending on the size of the company, those kinds of things can also be managed using typical management tools like System Center or something like that, if you use that to manage your desktops or deploy software. We let you continue to do that too, in addition to the mechanism Kevin described.
And Robert asks, we are a consulting company. Would any part of the new or old 365 make financial sense for a small business with a single Windows server, 3 or 4 other remote computers, and a few other traveling devices? If you did it any other way, Robert, you're nuts. This is really the only way to get that enterprise class application set for a company of your size. I can honestly tell you that. And if I'm wrong, Steve, go ahead and tell him, but I don't think so.
No, I think it's a good answer.
Would it be possible to use Lync online meetings as a customer support tool, as in the ability to switch presenters and take control, mouse and keyboard? We do it. I can tell you it's being done here. Unless Steve tells me that they're changing it, I think it works perfectly.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. With Outlook and Gmail, you can get
This is the follow-up. This is the follow-up. I don't know the answer to that, Sam. I don't know that I've ever had a moment in life when my email was minimized. It would be very easy to test. Kevin showed you a demo of Office 365. It would be very easy for him to get a hold of Champion and have them do a demo for you showing it minimized, and then send an email to that user. I don't know the answer to it. I'll certainly test it now that you've asked, but I don't know the answer off the top of my head.
With that, guys, I think we're going to wrap up. We're about 5 minutes past 3 here, and we really appreciate your participation. Like I said, you can get a hold of Champion at any time. I want to thank Steve for all his help on this call, and look forward to talking to you guys in the future, and make sure you join our next webinars. Thanks, and have a great day.